Good morning from Metro Manila, the Philippines, Southeastern Asia. Here's my selective summary of the United States news headlines for April the 6th, 2019. From the websites of the Washington Post, USA Today, and Cable News Network, no copyright infringement intended. Without a well-defined border strategy, Trump seeks quick fix solutions. His public indecision in the past week, reversing a threat to close the US-Mexican border and withdrawing his nominee to lead immigration enforcement, revealed an administration roiling with internal divisions over how to address a problem Trump promises to solve. Trump administration nearly doubles the H-2B guest visa program, which brings many Mexican workers. With last-second drama, Virginia edges Auburn to reach national title game. In basketball, surge in risky loans to corporations sparks fears they could lead to another financial crisis. Are voters ready for a homosexual presidential candidate? South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg will almost certainly have to navigate anti-homosexual sentiment as his 2020 campaign continues. And while his rise is electrifying many in the homosexual community, others wonder whether the focus on his sexuality undermines the idea that such issues shouldn't matter. The buzz around Buttigieg is a sign of a fractured Democratic field without a clear leader. There are well over 10 presidential hopefuls, announced presidential candidates in the US Democratic Party already. Trump says Representative Omar doesn't like Israel one day after a man was charged with intending to kill her. Yes, Representative Ilhan Omar is a Somali American who has criticized Israel and has been accused of anti-Semitism, even though at least one liberal Israeli Jew actually echoed her sentiments. In remarks to a conservative Jewish audience, the president touted his administration's actions toward Israel before proceeding to mock the Minnesota Democrat, an outspoken critic of US policy toward Israel. But according to one independent Finnish evangelist and Bible teacher, at least one Israeli news website claimed in May 2018 that actually the Trump administration had promised or tried to persuade Israel to give up 4 neighborhoods of Jerusalem to Palestine. And in a general sense, Trump has stated that he wants in return for the U.S. recognition of Israel as U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's permanent and undivided capital. He wants Israel to do something to please Palestine. Then to USA Today. Warning issued on popular baby product after 10 deaths. Trump visits California to raise 2020 funds. Fires destroy 3 black churches or African American churches in Louisiana Parish. Then, more than 6 decades after Brown versus Board case, which officially ended the policy of racial segregation at U.S. public schools, segregated classrooms still persist, where a great majority of the students are either white or African American. Limo company operator indicted in fatal crash. A man charged with threatening to kill Representative Ilhan Omar. Judge blocks New York County's measles emergency order. Road rage suspect arrested in 10-year-old African American girl's death. Man who claimed to be Timothy Pitson charged by FBI. And then to the cable news network. He helped build the US nuclear bomb. Did he also share secrets with the Soviets? Trump asylum seekers look like they are fighting for the UFC. What a stand-up airplane seat feels like. Julian Zeliger, Trump's week of utter chaos. Eli Honig, what is Barr trying to hide, meaning the US Attorney General. Rafia Zakaria, Clooney is right about Brunei's okay, well, that's not the US news headline. Gaming is now a legitimate high school sport. This man was the only passenger on a Boeing 737. Before his suicide, Sandy Hook father, a neuroscientist, sought origins of violence in the brain. US investigates reports of seizures after vaping, that is, smoking electronic cigarettes. A man ordered to demolish a $64 million home. US judge rules against unvaccinated teen.